Anything worth any money? No? Okay then. Can you tell me why you're so attracted to these barrels? Oh. These are scorched mana drops, just like the ones in the other fort. Nini, look at this. I'm not sure, but this one looks different to me. You're right, this one is a mana crest. It seems completely unusable, but here, without a shadow of a doubt. Someone tried to create a mana crest. But when did that happen? I have no idea. However, I also found this. Do you mind? Let me read it for you. Thank you, Nini. This one is also a little burnt, as if someone tried to destroy it. Our attempts at recreating an inexhaustible source of mana like that of the Demon King have been a failure. In order to achieve the same level of energy, we need an artificial vessel for that mana, which we have called Mana Crest. Interesting. So as we thought, the Mana Crests were created by Amaranth. Wait, there's more. It is also necessary to find a person who can bear the weight of all the mana accumulated in a Mana Crest. So far, however, the Mana Crest we have created have imploded, proving to be failures. We have attracted numerous children into our circles in the hope that they would be compatible, but the chosen one, a few, have died. That's horrible. The combined forces of Magnolia and Pylum have succeeded in tracking us down. Soon we must cease our operations. That's it. The rest was burnt, but it doesn't look like there was much else. How come such precious information was just left here anyway? I wonder. It looks like an old report. The date is 13 years ago. That's a lot of time ago. So Amaranth had abandoned their experiments in this area for 13 years. It seems so, but since the awakening of the Demon King, they've restarted their wicked experiments. The Mana Crest. It's a tool to recreate the Demon King's limitless mana. And just as there's a vassal of the Demon King, the Mana Crest also needs a suitable bearer. If so, who am I, the only one capable of using this power? Okay. These are chains. If I'm not mistaken, we saw something similar in the other fortress. Yes, I remember them. Suzuka, do you think they have any relevance to Ria? I don't know. Why do you ask, Lady Faratraz? That time we took a bath in the hot springs, I noticed that Ria had scars around her wrists, as if she had been taken prisoner in the past. I find it hard to think of Princess Ria as someone who would be imprisoned, honestly. That's because you don't consider that she could have been more fragile in the past than she appears today. It's hard to empathize when I can't even remember my own past, but I will keep that in mind. Let me just quickly invest mana. Okay, these are all active, we don't need those. Right, we'll just improve that. And 50% extra damage sounds good. And why not also give them a 50% chance of causing either blindness or poison for 3 turns? There we go. About what you said earlier. Yeah, buddy? I understand that we already knew each other before this journey. When did that happen? I hoped you'd remembered on your own, but in the end you just came and asked me. I'm sorry. I've already tried everything, but I've never been able to bring back any memories. It's okay, I know it's not your fault. So basically, we met here when we were very young. How old were we? About 10, I think. It was even before I became Ria's retainer. This is quite far from Magnolia. I get you're confused, but let me explain. Back in the day, there had been a big operation in this region. Basically, Magnolia and Pylum wanted to eradicate the cult of Amaranth and had organized an expedition. Must be the same one mentioned in the scroll we just found. I was just a kid at the time, following my brother on that expedition. He was a knight of Pylum. Wait, you? From Pylum? Yeah, it was long ago though. Haven't you noticed the radiant eagle on my jacket? The symbol of Pylum. That makes sense. And Ria, on the other hand, she was following her sister Phoebe, who had just become empress at a very young age. So was I coming from Pylum like you? No. Christoph, please answer me. I need to know. We met you here, buddy. In Midbar? No, I was being specific. We met you in this fort. If I'm neither a Pylamese nor a Magnolian, what was I doing here? I don't know. You never told us. He was one of the experiments. One of the children that they experimented on to see if they could use the mana crest. And under what circumstances did we meet here then? I think it's better if you ask Ria about it. Christoph. Hey, don't be mad at me, buddy. We've kept it from you all this time because we didn't want to add to your already heavy burden. We were just waiting for the right moment, but we would have told you, I swear. I wish you would have told me sooner. I know, buddy. I hope you can forgive me. It will definitely take me some time, but I will get through this one too. Just tell me this, Christoph. Couldn't it have gone differently? We were all too focused on saving the vassal back then, but yeah, I agree, we could have managed things better. Listen, shouldn't we go look for Ria now? We all know she can take care of herself, but this fort could be teeming with Amaranth members. Sure, we've already given her enough of the space she requested. And I still have many questions that need to be answered. That's right, and I will keep watch. If we spot any Amaranth members, we will notify you immediately. Yeah, leave it to us, man. They're in for trouble. These revolting walls are beginning to make me nauseous. No, maybe it's the latest revelations that have shaken me. Still, there's something not quite right about my emotions. Hey. Forgive us, Nini, but we overheard what you and Christoph said earlier. Don't worry about it. It's not like we were particularly trying to hide it. So, did you meet Ria and Christoph here many years ago? It seems so, but there are still matters to be settled, questions that need to be answered. Nini, I'm sorry you had to find out like this. Don't worry, Shiori, it's not... Wait a minute. Don't tell me that. Shiori, did you know about this? With your old power, you should have been aware of all these things. You must have had your reasons. I mean, it's not like... It's not important, I guess. I mean, him being... If, you know, I made that right connection. Him being an experiment, basically. That part is important, but I don't think he's realized that yet, because he's not that smart. But... Other than, like, purely the fact that they've met here is just like, well, whatever. Like, they've told him he's probably from Midbar. He knows that much, so who cares?
Useless knight.
Knowing Shiori, she definitely didn't mean to hurt you. My sister is a considerate person who cares about you and everyone else. You should know that well.
I'm so sorry.
It's like Fa and Christoph say, you were already immensely troubled, and knowing you were bound to Amaranth would have only... I get your point, but why did you all decide you knew what would make me suffer or not? Why didn't you just tell me instead of protecting me like you would a child? Oh, come on, knock it off. Ria. Thank goodness you're okay. Who do you think you're talking to? Of course I'm okay.
Sorry for that.
I just needed some time to settle my internal turmoil stemming from a few past events I remembered. Quite a long face. Ah, wait, don't tell me. I think I understand. It's the same reason as yours, although remember is probably the wrong verb in my case. Let's cut to the chase. If you have any questions, just ask me. What experiments were conducted here? The usual Amaranth business. They worship the Demon King and try to recreate his power to get closer to him. By recreating the power, are you referring to the Mana Crests? In a way, yes. You remember what the Mana Crest did, yeah? An awakened Mana Crest can even compete with Helios and seal away his demonic powers. Doesn't it go against the cult's interests to seal the Demon King's strength? Who knows? Perhaps they wanted his power for themselves, or perhaps they never intended to seal it completely. I wonder what the cult is really up to. Speaking of which, we found some kind of diary earlier. Yes, that's right. Let me explain its contents. I see. This information could prove to be crucial to our investigation. I didn't realize there were such parallels between the vassals and the Mana Crest bearers. It's quite curious indeed. What now? What happened 13 years ago? 13 years ago, Hey, useless knight, I can understand your desire to know your past. But don't forget that these events were clearly traumatic for Rhea. Be gentle. It warms my heart that you care about me, Faradras, but I'm fine now, really. 13 years ago, I was here with Phoebe on an expedition to eradicate Amaranth. Yes, I heard. There were some documents from that time in the other room. However, the cult became aware of our presence and someone intruded into the camp at night. I was kidnapped and brought here. Ah. Rhea, I didn't know anything about it. I barely ate or slept. They tortured me trying to extract information. The chains were so tight that they flayed my wrists. To this day, I still have the scars. No. I can see why she has been feeling uncomfortable ever since she set foot in this country. Rhea, I'm sorry. That's all in the past. I'm a strong woman. Just know that we will always be here for you, Rhea. It goes without saying, but I agree with Shiori completely. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, everyone. She has been through a lot, too. How did you meet Kristoff? Yeah, she's been through a lot. She met Kristoff. Kristoff?
That's Kristoff for you!
Hey, it feels good to be the center of attention for once. We met each other during Midbar and Pylam's combined operation here. He wasn't your retainer yet then. No, he only became that afterwards. I was impressed with him. With Kristoff? When he was a kid? I was already phenomenal back then. Impossible to resist me. Every princess needs a jester indeed. Good choice for... what did she say? Rhea, probably? Hey! I wonder what happened to convince Rhea to recruit Kristoff as her attendant. In any case, is there anything else to discuss? Let's see. No, apparently not. I think that's that all the more pressing questions have been answered. Only one remains at this point. Rhea, it pains me to learn that you were taken prisoner in this fort. And it hurts me even more to know that you suffered unimaginable abuse. One of the main reasons Rhea never told me about this is because for you to remember these events must be very painful. So I apologize in advance if my words are going to bother you, but I need to know. Come on, it's not like you to be so formal. Did I used to live in this fort? I met you here for the first time, the second day I was taken prisoner. I was exhausted from torture. I only hoped that my sister would find me soon and rescue me. At that point, however, one person in this hostile place unexpectedly showed me kindness. Was it me? No, it was... That's correct. I assume you were one of the orphans adopted by Amaranth for their experiments. Then it's true. You secretly fed me and tried to loosen my chains, but failed. You would have faced terrible punishment if you had been discovered, but you did it anyway. I don't know anything about my past self, but that's what I would have done today too. And then what happened? Did he set you free? No, unfortunately that wasn't possible. I was constantly guarded. It was already a miracle he managed to give me some food. But shortly afterwards, our forces broke into the fort. A fierce battle began. In the midst of all the chaos, I snuck into the dungeon and almost got yourself killed. It was more heroic than that, come on. Anyway, our friend here and I managed to save you, Rhea. You and me? Yes, you betrayed Amaranth. When the time was right, you subdued the guards with Kristoff. I mean, he was a human experiment. I don't think betrayed is the right word. Talk about child prodigies. At less than 10 years old, you had already saved the princess. Wow. So, was I taken to Magnolia? I formally requested that you and Kristoff become my retainers, but they only accepted him. We were so disappointed, but a few influential nobles wanted to avoid the rumor that a former orphan of Amaranth was close to Rhea. I can understand that, all things considered. So you couldn't ignore your actions, of course. It was Her Holiness Soraya who brought you into Pylam and trained you as a holy knight, Nini. The matriarch herself took me in? Yes, and she made sure your origins were covered up. It's not strange for the church to shelter orphans. It's so much to take in. I know, it's probably a bit traumatic to learn all of this at once. We would have told you the truth earlier, but as the bearer of the Manor Crest, we couldn't risk upsetting you. Your situation was already fragile, and the whole vassal situation was delicate as well. I understand that now, and I can't blame you, knowing what we've been through. They've all been dependent on my power, and they've silently watched over my well-being. You'll need some time, buddy, but we're here for you. As you were there for us 13 years ago. Thank you, but if I'm being honest, you're all overestimating the impact this has on me. It hurts, but only to a point. How so? Now that I've finally found out more about my past, I still can't seem to associate myself with it. Nini, it almost feels like you're talking about someone else.
Sorry for that.
I was afraid this might happen. If I can't even empathize with my past self, then who am I now? A rather interesting question. It's you. Stop right there. Man, intruders already. Could it be? You.
How entertaining.
We meet again. Could you please put those weapons away? I mean you no harm. Try telling us that before you attack our allies next time. Please, priestess, someone with your kind of experience should understand that I was only defending myself. Anyway, I'll be brief. I don't like wasting time. What do you want? What do you want, you mean? You were having an identity crisis a minute ago, weren't you? What do you know about me? Who are you? You may call me Kabeer, and I don't think I could explain who I am in a handful of words. Don't worry though, as I told you when I met you earlier, I only wish for you to find the truth. Stop skirting around the issue. Tell us what you want. Ah, the intrepid princess of Magnolia. Of course I wouldn't want to put you off. I formally request you to come to my place. I have no tea to offer, but it'll be easier to show you the truth there. I have a better idea. We'll force you to tell us everything right here and now. Oh rats, and I even invited you. Well, I don't think you have much choice either way. What's with this noise? It's numbing my senses. Forgive my bad manners, but I have to leave. I'm not on good terms with those disgusting cultists. I leave this unpleasant matter in your capable hands. Wait. Nini, are you alright? Members of Amaranth are approaching. There are so many of them. Damn it, we let him go. Let's deal with Amaranth as quickly as possible and chase after Kabeer. Alright.
For my people, I'll keep fighting.
We'll deal with them quickly. It is stronger versus fewer targets, but by the time I get there, there will be fewer.
It's my turn.
I shall forge
Sure.
a new path.
Every target has a weakness.
Wait.
Every target has a weakness.
It's my turn.
Stronger versus numerous foes seems very
How
useful.
about this? Ah!
Alright, they're weak as hell. I never made that connection, by the way, how Shiori's attack is stronger versus numerous foes, and she is the fastest, so she starts the battles against all of the enemies, and then
I have a
once
mission to
Faratraz
fulfill.
gets her turn, if she gets her turn, there'll be fewer enemies left, and the
You
attack
better
is
not
more efficient.
underestimate me.
Doesn't really
Let's see.
matter. I think by the time
Every target has a weakness.
those
My
two get
turn.
their attacks, the enemies will be dead anyway.
Do this? Judge Light!
Yep, rip them. Well, Suzuku does get his turn.
Here!
Barely even get any experience for it. Level 75. And the more money I get, the more... I don't even remember what Suzuku's skills do, but it's good the more money I have. There were so many of them, but they were all weak. Suzuku, I think you had to attack once. What are you talking about? Quantity makes no difference when quality is lacking. They were no match for us. Is everyone okay? Yeah, although I really felt a sudden beating from earlier. It caught me off guard. That man is a formidable foe. And he managed to get away. Did anyone see which direction he went? Nikos? I think he can track Kabeer.
What in the world?
Oh, and how? Do his feet stink that much? No, you numbskull. Lucas can sniff out wealth and high concentrations of mana from what we've ascertained. That's why he led us here. Could it be that Kabeer has one of those burnt mana crests with him? And why would he want to keep a broken tool with him, sister? It's more plausible that he is the embodiment of mana we're tracking. Either way, he invited us. Maybe he wants us to follow him. That man is really getting on my nerves. He went in that direction. There's another desert expanse over there, but if I remember correctly, the dunes used to look different. The Archdemon's power is at work again, eh? Yes, at this point there's no doubt about it. He definitely is our Archdemon, yes. I wonder what truth this demonic being wants to show us. Let's not indulge any further. I agree, but be careful. Even I don't know how to guide you in that area. Don't worry, and thank you for your support, Sayara. You're welcome. I can't back out of this story now after seeing the horrors of this place. I share the sentiment. As difficult as it is, we can only try to put an end to all these tragedies. Personally, I find it hard to focus on what's in front of me after all these shocking revelations. Jory and Lady Fartas have faced far worse during this journey. Now, more than ever, I can see how admirable they are. Yes, here we come. More desert. It seems like the shifting dunes have revealed a new area. Quite interesting. I wonder if Kabeer is leading us there on purpose. Yes, everything seems to indicate that he's responsible for this phenomenon. Let's get this over with then. We don't have much time. Yes, just a little extra effort, everybody. Reached a new destination. Here, I presume, is the new destination. Yeah. Alright. Well, this is shorter, so off we go.
Mana blessing!
I have a mission to fulfill.
Sure, Faratraz, you won't get your turn.
Slaying? Healing?
I
I'm
shall
your man!
forge a new path.
Every target has a weakness.
I can't see well, but I'll try anyway. How about this?
There we go, wave 2. And also
Mana
probably
blessing.
won't take any longer.
Once again, it's
At
my
all.
turn.
It's my turn!
I shall forge a new path.
My turn.
Can I really do this?
Ah, she missed. Oh no, we actually got attacked once. Right, there we go. Everyone's level 75. It's nice. Grabbing more MP as well. Can't hurt. Alright. Follow in range. They'll follow me. Okay, that's fine. I'll wait for a bit and then they'll come
Let's
and
do
there'll
it.
be 2 waves and the
I
will
have
be
a
fine.
mission to fulfill.
It's my turn!
And if you do get your turn, why not heal
Let's
yourself?
see.
I have a plan.
It's my turn.
Okay. They actually all survived. And they're all attacking Shiori and Rhea. Well, I mean, overall that's useful. Because now I can just heal with Shiori and heal Rhea simultaneously. And everything
Mana
will be
blessing.
fine.
Once again, it's my turn.
It's my turn!
I shall forge a new path.
My turn.
Can I really do this?
Yes, there we go. Great, they both survived. Oh, he's still alive. Oh well, not anymore, eh? Now I can just wait here for 5 minutes. And they'll chase me.
Let's do it.
For my people, I'll keep fighting.
You'd better not underestimate me.
Honestly, I think it's just better
my turn.
if Shiori attacks.
Every target has a weakness.
Oops.
I have a plan.
I can't see well, but I'll try anyway.
She's a great healer, but she's a greater damage dealer. There's not really much point if she heals, and because of that, like 3 enemies more stay alive than otherwise would have. So I might as well have her attack. That ended up quite well.
I'm on a crest.
I have a mission to fulfill.
Slaying, healing, I'm your man.
If you do get your turn, heal
Let's
Suzuki.
see.
I have a plan.
It's my turn.
There's only 3 enemies, so I think Shiori shouldn't do that much damage. Yeah. Rhea will get them low. He'll heal, and then hopefully she'll hit both of them. There we go, yep. He's been missing a lot, so never be sure. And down we go. Yes. Oh, we've almost got 100k. Finally, is this the place? Good boy, you really outdid yourself today. An abandoned house in the middle of the desert. Surely this can't be a coincidence. I've been patrolling this area for years, but never noticed this house. Could it be that it was hidden by the dunes and it was only revealed just now? It's certainly a possibility, however. Our friend doesn't seem enough of a prankster to invite us for tea in an empty house. Surely there's some sort of mechanism around here. We'll just have to take a look. I mean, this looks like a very obvious mechanism, but let's go here. I can't see anything. Me neither. It's so dark. Let me help, buddy. Ouch. What's your step, Christoph? How can I watch my step if it's so dark? As we've already seen in time, and Christoph stumbles a lot. It must be the weight of all these muscles that makes me lose my balance. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Did you hear that click too? This wall, doesn't it look a little different? Let me check it out, Nini. Yes, this definitely feels different to the touch. There's even a crack here. If she always says it, I trust her completely. Her senses are incredibly honed. I don't know if it's because of the click from earlier, but this tile seems to have shifted slightly. What should we do? Press it, please. Wait a second. Don't do anything. Not quite sure about this yet. Before we do anything too hasty, I want to save. Skill trees. Can I do anything more? You know what? We're pushing that up to 40%. Because even if she's not hitting multiple enemies, even if she's just hitting one, percentage of putting blindness or poison on the boss seems like a good idea. What does Suzaku still have there? Damage inflicted to his row is reduced by 1% for every 200 MP. So it'd be reduced by 1% at the moment if he's in slot 2 or 5. So it basically doesn't matter. I think currently, who's in slot 2 at the moment? Information. Christoph. I mean, we can swap those around, sure. Skill trees. I don't think Christoph needs to be any particular slot. He needs to be in the front line if he had that. Christoph starts a new training regime. Nothing happens. You know what? Yes. Let's go for it.
That's Kristoff for
He
you.
continues to train, but the long-awaited results still evade him. Or elude him. You know what? Sure. It probably doesn't do anything, but... Ah, God. After training relentlessly, Christoph finally notices some progress. He no longer has itching on his left buttock. Christoph takes 30% less damage and his physical skills deal twice the damage and their effects always proc. Well, that seems useful, but it needs 1,000 mana that I don't have. Okay. Okay, that's also fine. It's fine. What does Shiori have? She has slot 5 bonuses. That's active. That's active as well. Increases her crit rate by 8% in combat. 50%. Ah, that's also really good. I want that in the future. The rest on Christoph is active, right? Pretty much. This is also passive. Increases his healing factor and his crit rate. Okay, maybe. Looked at him, didn't I? Yes. Wasn't there something about money? I don't remember. It's also active. Uses her incoming damage by an additional 50% when she guards. Okay, yeah, no, I definitely want that. And I definitely want some of that, yeah. Yeah, I think that will do. Okay. Back to scene and let me save. Just in case. What's with that? Is there anything here? Okay, yeah. Aratra's denying her bat-like appearance. Alright. Press it, please. What's happening? Watch out.